CTV News at 5 with Tony Ryma and Rick Wyman with weather.
Good evening. So glad you are with us on this Tuesday, September 9th. A 6-month animal cruelty investigation has led to charges today in North Shore Township. The investigation began in March of this year after OPP and Animal Welfare Services discovered a structure on a property on Old Hydro Road. Inside, they found 10 goats, 9 of which were dead. Their investigation found evidence of long-term neglect. A 61-year-old man has been charged with 3 counts of cruelty to animals. Well, the temperatures moved ahead today. Is this going to be the norm in the foreseeable future? For more details, let's bring in CTV's Lindsay Alick filling in for Rick Wyman. Lindsay.
Thanks, Tony. Your first weather brought to you by CAA. Become a member at getcaa.ca. As Tony mentioned, we are seeing some pretty warm temperatures across the Northeast, and it looks as though that is going to continue into the rest of the work week. But as you can see behind me, we are seeing some rainfall. Will that be sticking around? Will those warmer temperatures be sticking around? What does the rest of the work week look like? I'll have all those details coming up in your 5-day forecast. But for now, I'll send it back over to you, Tony.
Thanks for that, Lindsay. Tenants of a Sudbury apartment building say they're fed up with what they call unacceptable living conditions. They staged a rally in front of the property management company to draw attention to the issue. We get more from CTV's Angela Gemmell.
Look, sorry about me.
Look, sorry about me. These seniors are all tenants at 12 Elgin Street. They're rallying in front of their property management company downtown because they're fed up with the situation at their apartment building.
There seems to be an ongoing habit of neglect. And it is unconscionable that you are doing this to a naturally occurring retirement community. The tenants say they've endured years of inaction, lack of communication, and no accountability from Luxor management and, by association, the nonprofit that owns the building.
There's all kinds of issues in our building. We're mostly seniors and disabled people, and we're not treated as such. Like, we deserve respect. Most concerning for the tenants is the bed bugs. They say more than half the 150 units are infested, as well as common areas.
When you're afraid to go even put garbage in the chute because you're going to bring a bed bug in your house, it's when you're afraid to go out of your building, out of your apartment.
In an email to CTV News, a spokesperson for Luxor Management says the board of directors with the nonprofit invest a significant budget towards pest control treatments. However, in many instances, it's the behavior and living standards of some of the tenants that promote pest infiltrations into their apartment unit. The tenants disagree and say their concerns have fallen on deaf ears. That's why they rallied in front of Luxor's offices today.
These are not dirty people. These are not people who stop caring. They do care. They're just living in a situation where they're not being listened to. Well, that ends today. McElry says when they've tried to talk to the property manager about the issues, they're met with silence or threatened with eviction. The city's bylaws services has ordered the owners remedy the vermin situation by September the 8th, but that deadline has passed with no solution for the tenants. Angela Gemmell, CTV News, Sudbury.
There are new billboards up in Sudbury as part of a human trafficking awareness campaign. Angels of Hope is a charity that works to educate, raise awareness, and assist victims of human trafficking and their families. CTV's Alana Everson has more.
This is one of 2 billboards that is part of the anti-human trafficking awareness campaign that is funded by the Sudbury Community Foundation.
Well, the purpose of this campaign is to make the community aware that human trafficking is happening in Greater Sudbury. We're hoping by people seeing these billboards that they're aware of the situation. We want traffickers to feel uncomfortable and know that they're in the city.
Later this month, Angels of Hope will host a virtual awareness event featuring guest speaker Melissa McMillan. The 39-year-old is a survivor of human trafficking and was also convicted of 1 count of material benefit from sex work.
I was in active addiction for 18 years, which led me into the sex work industry. But not only that, I was also charged with exploitation myself, which is statistically common, especially with women who are in the sex work industry for a long time. They turn around and bring other women into the industry and exploit them.
Angels of Hope says this billboard along Highway 69 was strategically placed.
due to our geographical location, we are a hub for human trafficking, and Highway 69 is one of the routes that many traffickers take to take survivors in and out of the city.
McMillan says she was trafficked in Sudbury and was taken out of the city to work in downtown Toronto.
For me, it was the exploitation with the active addiction piece. The person that exploited me was somebody who supplied me with my drugs. So he knew that all the money that I was making would go right back into his pocket. So unless you have, love, support, guidance, and resources to get out of active addiction, you're not going to get out of the sex work industry. It goes hand in hand for a lot of women.
Officials with Angels of Hope say another big goal of the campaign is to educate people about how to recognize the signs, respond safely, and to ensure survivors know there are resources and supports available. Alan Everson, CTV News, Sudbury.
A North Bay man has been arrested in connection to a string of daylight break-and-enters. A 61-year-old man was arrested after a call about a break-in on Vimy Street September 6th. The suspect fled the scene when officers arrived, but they were able to find him a short time later. Police say DNA evidence linked a 61-year-old to 3 other break-and-enters that occurred over the summer. You can read more about this story by going to CTVNewsNorthernOntario.ca. It's time for a quick break. Coming up on CTV News at 5, Lindsay has your full weather forecast. Right now, let's head to downtown Timmins. This is a live webcam shot of the core, courtesy of the city of Timmins. It's 14 Celsius. We are back in just a few minutes.
When you see it happen, send it to CTV News. Text 10400 from your screen to ours. Text 10400.
Welcome back. Above seasonal temperatures across northeastern Ontario today, and that is going to continue for the next couple of days, but we're also going to be seeing some precipitation, as you can see behind me right now, impacting areas. Heavier rainfall around Sault Ste. Marie at this hour, rain into Chapleau, Kapuskasing, Timmins, Temiskaming shores. We will see most of that rainfall move throughout the region by Wednesday morning. As you can see, we got a little bit of a heavier cell of precipitation again lingering around Sault Ste. Marie, but the rest of that rainfall will be gone by those early morning hours on Thursday, and we'll just be left with a little bit of cloud cover that could linger for most of the day. And then it looks like by Friday we're going to see gorgeous sunshine. In terms of accumulation totals, how much rain are we going to see? Well, around Wawa could see up to 10 millimeters of rain, 6 millimeters in Chapleau, 8 millimeters in Timmins, and 6 millimeters possible in Kirkland Lake. Let's take a closer look at the next 5 days, beginning with Sudbury nickel belt for tomorrow. 40% chance of showers, a high of 22 degrees. Normally this time of year we're sitting around 18 degrees, so certainly above seasonal. We see that sunshine move in and stick around for Thursday and Friday, and we get back to around that seasonal mark on Saturday when more showers move into the forecast. Sault Ste. Marie, Algoma, 60% chance of showers for tomorrow, a high of 20 degrees, only dipping down to a low of 12 degrees overnight. As we head into Thursday and Friday, certainly sitting above seasonal, a high of 22 and 24 degrees expected, before we could see some more showers move into the forecast on Saturday and start to see that temperature dip just a little bit. Timmins, Cochrane, Kapuskasing, a similar weather forecast for you here as well. 40% chance of showers, a high of 16 degrees, and an overnight low of 2 degrees. It's definitely getting closer to those fall temperatures. Sunshine moves in on Thursday and will be sticking around Friday as well, getting all the way up to a high of 22 degrees. Before showers are possible both Saturday and Sunday. Temiskaming Shores, Kirkland Lake, 60% chance of showers for tomorrow before sunshine moves in both Thursday and Friday, and again, chance of showers on Saturday. And finally, North Bay, West Nipissing, beautiful sunshine for the next 3 days, certainly sitting above seasonal, but we could see some showers move in on Saturday. That's a look at your 5-day forecast. Tony, it's back over to you.
Thanks, Lindsay. The Mayor and Council of Fauquier Strickland will meet tonight, and on the agenda, is a discussion about a draft budget. According to the municipality's website, council will be deciding on whether to increase the residential tax bill by 20 or 30%. Last month, council was talking about an 80% hike, which raised a great deal of anger in the community and had some people calling for the mayor's resignation. The province has stepped in to assist the municipality with $300,000 that will be given in installments. But council has to pass a budget first. One councillor we spoke with says he wouldn't support an 80% tax hike.
We all know that 80% was not proper. It was not good for our residents. We got a lot of residents in Fauquier that are on just a base income. People are retired in our town, and that's why we know we couldn't place an 80% increase, and it's not their fault that the town was managed that way. It's not the taxpayers' fault. We all know that. I know myself, I ain't gonna put nothing higher than 30, that's for sure. That's my personal opinion. The other council, I don't know what they'll decide.
Fauquier Strickland is struggling with a $2.5 million debt, and its bank has refused to lend the municipality any more money. Staff at the City of Greater Sudbury have released a report on the new event centre. The centre will replace the existing and aging Sudbury Community Arena. CTV's Madison Merrier has more.
The new event center's community engagement has influenced the initial concept for the new building design, putting emphasis on accessibility and honoring Indigenous heritage.
We had wonderful conversations with the people with accessibility challenges, and we learned what's important to make sure that the building's accessible. The previous building, built some 70 years ago or so, is very challenging for people. It's important for us to understand about the land that was here before we came and what's important in the heritage and the history of our Indigenous community. So they're sharing with us very important information that our design team and architectural team are listening to.
The city has hosted 10 community engagement sessions and several pop-ups to get Sudburyans' feedback.
Change is good, but they need more access, handicap access for those that are getting up there in age or those that do have trouble mobility. They need more parking for that as well.
It's a pretty good idea. I'd like to see a bigger store for the merch and stuff, more seating, and big enough to have a couple cool concerts.
I would like to see it into the private sector. It seems like a big expense, and the money could be best spent towards the roads.
And our team is very focused on delivering that project within the schedule and the budget that's set aside by council.
The city is currently looking to hire a construction manager before site preparations can begin to prepare for construction beginning next year and concluding in 2028. Madison Merrier, CTV News, Sudbury.
Security says that the community has been adamant that the famous wolf that comes out when the Sudbury Wolves score a goal must be used at the new arena. There was a special committee meeting in North Bay last night to hear presentations from a few city partners. Officials from the Jack Garland Airport, Police Services Board, and the Public Library shared highlights from the past year. Some of the successes at the airport include a 6% increase in passengers in 2024, the first deployment of the International Tactical Training Center, and a record 350 participants at the Pull for United Way event. Meanwhile, the Police Services Board says it has increased recruitment efforts to hire 16 full-time civilians and 11 constables and conducted 168 hours of foot patrols downtown. Ideas and concepts coming up on CTV News at 5. We head back to North Bay and feedback from the public on the city's waterfront development plan. The City of North Bay is looking for community feedback and ideas for the next phase of its waterfront development plan. Officials want to hear from residents about what they would like to see in the large open space behind the museum. CTV's Eric Tashner reports.
This plot of land is the subject of the next phase of the North Bay Waterfront Development Plan. Families are coming up with ideas on what else they'd like to see in the area.
We come here often. We love the park. They've done a really great job.
Located in between the Rotary Splash Pad and Playground and the Dion Quince home, the city wants to continue development.
What we really want to do is make the downtown waterfront area really the place to be.
The city issued an online survey which is available until the end of September and has received over 1,000 responses from residents on what they'd like to see done with the empty space.
The maze would be something so special. They could have some tall bushes and they could be making it out of bushes, and kids would love it, but adults as well.
The downtown waterfront master plan was completed in 2017, and it sets out a vision for improving the city's waterfront. The goal is to come up with a concept to complement the nearby attractions like the all-wheel park.
It'd be nice to see some Instagrammable moments. There's so many opportunities there. Let's give people a reason to come down and say, hey, you know what? This is even better looking than it was before.
Consulting firm Brooke McElroy, which specializes in urban design, planning and landscape architecture, is working with city staff on the concept, which will likely be presented in October.
I'm looking forward to kind of hearing what the community wants.
The downtown waterfront has seen millions of dollars in investment over the last 2 decades.
We've already made great strides. There's lots more good things to come.
With the goal of further enhancing tourism and recreation. Eric Tashner, CTV News, North Bay.
Kenjawin Teg, an Indigenous-owned post-secondary institution on Manitoulin Island, just received $10 million from the MasterCard Foundation. The donation was the first ever made to the Indigenous Learning Center's new foundation, which will officially launch in November. The donation is part of a commitment by the MasterCard Foundation to advance Indigenous innovation in post-secondary. The announcement comes during the 10th anniversary of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission's call to action that recognizes education as a critical path forward to reconciliation. Sienna Senior Living has opened its new long-awaited long-term care home called Northern Heights in North Bay. It's the company's first completed long-term care redevelopment project. The 160-bed facility is replacing the older 148-bed Waters Edge home. Residents of that facility have been moved into Northern Heights, and officials expect it to be fully occupied within the next 2 months. Sienna Senior Living purchased the property in 2017. The construction faced several delays, and last year Senior Living said the cost had risen from $55 million to $80 million. The Manitoulin Streams Improvement Association received $180,000 today from the province that will help with 3 projects. The Blue Jay Creek Rehabilitation Project got the lion's share of the funding. It's a multi-year project aimed at cleaning up plastic waste and removing invasive species. The association also received money to help with tree planting and restoration at the Manitou River and fencing at Grimesthorpe Creek to keep livestock out of the waterway. It's Tuesday, and you know what that means. A popular segment is coming up on CTV News at 5. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to another edition of Take Me Home Tuesday, and I am so excited to be here for this edition because we're talking about success stories. I have Emma Bailey and Trista Bertrand here, and of course, Little U-Haul. She is a success story for the Take Me Home Tuesday segment. Trista, talk to me a little bit about her and what caught your eye.
The name, her name. Dan showed me the Take Me Home Tuesday last week. He was like, oh, she looks so friendly. So we went to your place, we saw her, and the kids are like, we want her, we love her. She came running to us like when we went to visit her right away. So it's like, oh, you're coming home with us, we want you.
She's meant to be for sure. So Emma, you know, we talk every single week about dogs and cats needing homes. Talk to me a little bit about another success story. I also got a chance to meet her. She's so sweet, Miss Willow.
Yes, we're on a fantastic streak right now. So Willow was on our Take Me Home Tuesday not too long ago. She's a beautiful lab mix, and she was looking for a special home that could give her that extra attention, give her the room to play and run. And so we had this couple who saw her on Take Me Home Tuesday, and they watch every segment every week, which has been fantastic. So they found out Willow was just perfect for them. They came in to meet her. It was like love at first sight. and they've sent us update photos of her in her home, and she has a beautiful enclosed backyard where she can run and play. Her adopters even got a dog walking t-shirt for when they take her out for walks that says they make frequent stops, so she's getting as much love as possible, and it's just such a happy ending to our story.
Yeah, that's great. And obviously the story doesn't end here. You know, there are so many animals that are in need. Talk to me a little bit about the current state of the SPCA here in Sudbury and what furry friends are available.
Absolutely. So we're always getting new animals in. So right now we do have a couple puppies that are looking for their forever home. Moki was on our Taking Home Tuesday last week. So they're looking for their forever home along with their other siblings. We do have some beautiful cats that are available for adoption named Lizzo and some other ones too, some very exciting characters. And if you're not in a position to adopt, you can also foster. So we're always looking for foster homes right now for either medical cases, specialized care, just people who can give that extra love to these animals.
Well, I appreciate you, Emma and Trista, and of course you, Hall, for being here for Taking Home Tuesday. And if you're interested in a cat or a dog, definitely make sure to go to the SPCA just down the road from us at Collage Boreal.
Congratulations to Lynn Moore of Sault Ste. Marie, who won the grand prize on a lottery. Moore's ticket was drawn last month in the Group Health Center's Bunkie Lottery. She not only wins the Bunkie, but also $30,000 cash. Officials with Group Health say the money from the lottery will go toward new ultrasound machines and a mammography unit. Still in the Soo, Tenaris is donating $10,000 to Sault Ste. Marie Fire Services. The money will be used to support community safety and fire prevention education. The donation will also allow fire services to purchase defibrillation pads to provide life-saving care during critical situations. And we are off to Blind River. Larry Kirtley sent us these photographs of a sunrise. He saw this beautiful orange glow that starts our day. Thanks so much, Larry. And there's more news for the North coming up at 6. For now, continue watching as we hand things over to CTV National News.